Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video today. And last night, the Denver Broncos beat the Cleveland Browns 41-32 during Monday Night Football. What a game. Jameis Winston, near 500 passing yards, threw the ball almost 60 times. Bo Nix threw 294 passing yards and threw an unbelievable 90-yard touchdown pass, 93-yard touchdown pass to Marvin Mims in this game. And even though he was just shy of 300 passing yards and threw a great touchdown pass at the same time, he had a hard time to complete almost 50. His passing percentage, completion percentage was just almost 50%, and he threw a couple picks. But at the same time, the guy who threw almost 500 passing yards and 4 passing touchdowns in this game also threw 3 picks. You had the crazy factor of Jerry Jeudy returning to to Denver, where he played for 3-4 years, and he goes absolutely nuts. 235 receiving yards and a touchdown, one of the best receiving performances all season. This reminds me of Amari. What's crazy, same team. This reminds me of Amari Cooper last year against my favorite team, the Houston Texans. So, back-to-back years where Cleveland might be able to say we had the best receiver performance of the year. I mean, I think last year a lot of people will agree that Amari Cooper had the best. CeeDee Lamb did have an amazing game against the Lions, but I would probably say the best receiver performance of the year last year does go to Amari Cooper against the Texans with the game he had on Christmas Eve. And now you have in the beginning of December again, Jerry Jeudy, another Browns receiver, 235 receiving yards and a touchdown. So this might be the first time the Browns get to say they won something back-to-back. Won an award back-to-back. But this is a great game. I actually had a potential chance to go to this game. That didn't happen. I live in Houston. I'm a Texans fan. I'm not a fan of either one of these teams, although I actually have turned into really liking this Broncos team. But I have a ton of family that lives in Denver. I have my dad's sister and her 2 kids live in Denver, and then my grandfather's sister and her entire family, which is filled with children and grandchildren, live there. So I was thinking in my head, I'd like to go to Denver for a Broncos game and then get to spend time with family, just me, no one else, no parents, no grandparents, and just I get to spend time with my family. And so I thought this would be a solid time to go because I'd get to spend time with family and then go to this Broncos-Browns game. But one of the big reasons I didn't want to go is because I was thinking this is not going to be a good game. Jameis Winston was not the quarterback yet. It was Deshaun Watson, and this Cleveland offense looked terrible. I know, Jameis Winston made his fair share of mistakes tonight, but Jameis Winston has played 100 times better than what Deshaun Watson was playing. And believe it or not, the Broncos were solid when I was thinking about potentially making the trip to Denver. I think they were 2-2 or maybe 2-3, something like that. But their offense didn't look amazing like it looks now. Bo Nix was doing solid. They were winning a couple games here and there. And I think they were 2-3 or maybe 3-2, something like that. But they didn't look like the 8-5 team they look like now. If I would have known that this would have been a 41-32 football game, Jameis Winston would have thrown for 500 passing yards, Bo Nix 300. It would have been a crazy game like it was in this game last night. 100% would have potentially been more excited about going to Denver and potentially going to this football game. But I was not really excited to watch a Deshaun Watson versus Bo Nix matchup back in September, October, when I was thinking about potentially doing this. But this was not the game I was expecting to potentially go to at all. So, yeah. All right, this was a crazy game, like I mentioned, 41-32. Let's go with the scoring summary. First score does go to Javonte Williams, 2-yard touchdown run. He was not. Javonte Williams is fading. He is not It's really been a committee of running backs this year for Denver, but I feel like Jaleel McLaughlin is taking over that number one spot for Denver with the performance he had in this game last night. But Javonte Williams did score a touchdown to make it 7-0. Jameis Winston then throws an 8-yard touchdown pass to David Njoku to make it 7-7. Dustin Hopkins makes a 45-yard kick to give the Browns the lead, which was that their only lead of the night. No. They would retake the lead in the fourth quarter, but that was one of their only leads of the night when Dustin Hopkins made the field goal. Michael Burden would have a 1-yard touchdown run, 14-10, and then Nick Benito with a 71-yard interception return. This really hurt Cleveland because Cleveland on this drive was driving, and they were going to score a touchdown or at least get 3. They throw the pick six. And then what do they do the next drive? A minute and 25 seconds, they score a touchdown. Jameis Winston to David Njoku. So it's really tough when you have a drive like that and you're driving and you're having all this success, and then you hand the defense 7 points, and just like that, you go out there and do the same thing and put up 7 points on the board. So that's really tough for sure. But then in the third quarter, 5 minutes in, Bo Nix throws an unreal 93-yard touchdown pass to Marvin Mims Jr. Bo makes it even crazier as 11 seconds later, we see 70-yard touchdown pass to Jerry Jeudy. It's absolutely nuts. 28-25. They go for the 2-point conversion. They get it, pass to Jerry Jeudy. Will Lutz makes the 36-yarder with 1:52 left. Makes it 31-25. Now Cleveland needs a touchdown, although that hasn't been hard for them in this game. Jameis Winston throws to a very limited Nick Chubb, as he did not play much in this game, mainly Jerome Ford. 5-yard touchdown pass to Nick Chubb, 32-31. I bet you that fantasy owners of Nick Chubb were so happy with the night he was having before that when he finally scored a touchdown. Will Lutz then would make a 27-yard field goal to give the Broncos the lead with 2 minutes and 54 seconds left. Sean Payton made a big decision here with this field goal. It was 4th and 1. Denver was really considering going for the 4th down and 1 and giving the offense a better chance to score a touchdown. And the analytics did say that they should go for a field goal. Sean Payton changed his mind, decided to trust on the defense and kicked a 27-yarder. Went in and good job. He decided to trust his defense because what does the defense do? Jaquan McMillan, 44-yard interception return for 7 points, 41-32 on the pick six. All right. Game leaders, Jameis Winston. This feels like a Madden game, I swear. Jameis Winston, 34 for 58, 497 passing yards, 4 passing touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Bo Nix, 18-35, 294 passing yards, 1 touchdown pass, 2 interceptions. The Broncos did have 2 rushing touchdowns. Jerome Ford, 9 carries, 41 rushing yards. Jaleel McLaughlin, 14 carries, 84 rushing yards. Jerry Jeudy, 9 receptions, 235 receiving yards, and 1 touchdown. Marvin Mims, 3 receptions, 105 receiving yards, and a touchdown. Go over some other stats because this was a crazy game. You thought Marvin Mims and Jerry Jeudy were on the receiving end. Nope, because by the way, Nick Chubb had 9 carries, 21 rushing yards. That's what I'm talking about. He was, and look, to be fair, Jerome Ford was better. They both had the same amount of carries. Ford had 20 more yards. All right, but Elijah Moore, love to see him have success. One of the best games of his career. 8 receptions for 111 receiving yards. He had 79 receiving yards at halftime. David Njoku, 9 receptions, 52 receiving yards, 2 touchdowns. Then you have Michael Woods, 3 receptions, 43 receiving yards. Nick Chubb, 2 receptions, 24 receiving yards, and a touchdown. You want to go to Denver side? It wasn't just Marvin Mims. Cortland Sutton, 6 receptions for 102 receiving yards. No fumbles in this game, even though there were a total of 5 interceptions for both teams. Jordan Hicks led Cleveland in tackles with 12. No sacks for Cleveland's defense, but 3 sacks for Denver's defense. Jonathan Cooper had a sack. Nick Benito, who had a pick 6, had a sack. And who else am I missing? Jonah Ellis had a sack as well. Interceptions, Nick Benito had an interception, which he returned for 71 yards and a touchdown, went over Jaquan McMillan with a 44-yard touchdown. Cody Barton, to seal the deal, had a 56-yard interception, which he nearly took to the house for a third pick six for Jameis. Almost all of Jameis Winston's picks today were pick sixes. The first two were pick sixes with McMillan and Benito, but the third one was nearly a pick six as well with Cody Barton. But Jerry Jeudy chased him down and made sure there wasn't another 7 points on the board for Denver. All right, the interceptions for Cleveland. Unbelievable interception by Greg Newsome, thanks to Denzel Ward. Denzel Ward popped it up in the air on a great deflection to Greg Newsome. So Denzel Ward had the second interception of the ball game for Cleveland. And he was also responsible for Greg Newsome's interception with the tip he had. So, unbelievable day for Denzel Ward, who also had... Did he have any tackles? He had three tackles. Three tackles. So, three tackles, interception, and a tip for a Greg Newsome interception for Denzel Ward. So, great game for him. Let me know your thoughts on the 41-32 win for the Denver Broncos as they improved to 8-5. Cleveland falls at 3-9. This video, hope you guys enjoyed, and peace out.